Back to needs now. Let's hear what your needs are. Write down what needs of yours were not met by what this other person did.
Respect.
What's that?
Respect.
To acceptance?
Respect.
Respect. Okay. The giraffe is dancing. Need for respect.
Love.
Did you say love?
Yes.
There's a giraffe for you, folks. She uses the word love as a need. Jackals use the word love as a feeling. And boy, does that cause trouble when jackals and giraffes get together. They have such a different concept of what the word love means. So watch what happens. Now, if you're afraid of violence, don't listen to what this jackal starts this conversation with. This question causes a lot of pain in relationships. Do you love me? But don't worry, the giraffe knows how to handle it. Jackal, when you use the word love, are you using it as a feeling? Do you mean, do I feel warm, tender, cuddly emotions toward you? Yeah. See, I had to check that out, Jackal, because we giraffes do not use the word love as a feeling. We use it as a need. But since I see that you use it as a feeling, and it's obvious how important this is to you, I will do my best to answer you honestly. So please ask the question again. Do you love me? When? When? Jackal, feelings change every few seconds. How can I possibly be honest with you without knowing a specific time and place? Oh, what about right now? No. But try me again in a few minutes. You never know. So, yes, love. Love is a need, and as we're going to see when we get to the next step, how to make clear requests. It is very important to be clear with other people what we are requesting of them to meet our need for love, because we human beings fall into 5 different categories about what meets our need for love. And what will meet one person's need for love doesn't meet another. And that shouldn't be too surprising, because we all have the same need for food, but what specific foods meet that need are quite different for different people. And same with love. What will meet one person's need for love doesn't necessarily meet another person's. And the research on this is in a book called 5 Languages of Love. A woman whose last name is Chapman. We'll get back to that when we get to requests, but right now we're working on needs. Okay, what other needs? Yes.
Attention.
Pardon?
Attention.
Need for attention, okay. What was this one?
Security.
Need for safety, security, oh yeah, of course.
To be heard.
Need for
To be heard.
Need for empathy. We could call that a need for understanding, empathy, to be heard. Yeah, very important need. Connection. Need for connection. Yes.
Isn't the need for respect quite a difficult one?
You got to watch out, because I'm glad you see this. You got to be clear that you don't mix up 2 things. The need, which is inside, and what we're going to work on next, what you want other people to do to meet the need. And you don't want to get these 2 things mixed up. So if you're using the word respect as something the person does, then don't use it. It's not a need then. Try to develop a way of saying that need that is clear. The need is in you. 2 important things to keep clear about needs. First, all human beings have the same needs. No matter what country they live in, no matter what. All human beings have the same needs. We are created out of the same energy. We have the same needs. Now, what we're going to work on next, strategies for meeting the needs. There's a lot of variation on that. But all human beings have the same needs, so we got to keep that clear. And then we got to be clear that in expressing needs, not to get them mixed up with our request for meeting the needs. Needs contain no reference to who we want to take action to meet the needs. We're going to keep those two things separate. Yes?
I'm having difficulty having difficulty working out what my need in this situation actually was.
Okay.
And
I'll be the other person. Let's do some veterinary surgery on this other person. Let's put some giraffe ears on that person. And now this person will help you get clear what your needs are. So,
okay, so the situation is that she's talking away about this situation that she's finding unsatisfactory. And I'm feeling sort of very uncomfortable and and I don't want to be there with her sort of doing the stuff she's doing, or saying the things she's saying. Well, it seemed to me, I actually...
Are you needing some clarity about what my needs are?
Yeah, that's what I came to...
That's your needs, so you need clarity. And when this person is expressing themselves in what you said earlier, complaining and so forth, it's not that clear what the need is. If you can hear a person's needs, it's a gift. It gives us an opportunity to contribute to their well-being. But if they don't know how to say the need, and you don't know how to hear it, then you just hear complaints, etc. It's miserable for everybody.
So that's a valid need to know what they need.
A need for clarity, yeah. I really have a need for clarity, Jackal. Could you just tell me what your needs are that aren't getting met without telling me that I'm an idiot?
Thank you.
But you are an idiot. Oh. Let's take a break. Let's take a break.
I'm going to ask Marshall to help me delivering this announcement in a non-violent way. The first one, how can I translate this? No photography. We have our official photographer. How?
We have a need to get this out to people in new ways, including the media. And we're very fortunate to have people that know how to use photography to do that. And so we would like to let them do that job.
What about the second one? Switch all mobile phones off.
This is interesting because the first part, like no photography, see, the next step we were going to take, we're going to look into how to make clear requests. And that means you say what you do want rather than what you don't want. See, so what we do want is to support the people that are doing the photography project, and we want to support what they're doing. And they have told us that it for various reasons, if other people take pictures, it interferes with what they're trying to do. The second one's easier to see how to make clear what the need is, to make it easier for people to concentrate and not have to deal with the distraction of that. Not only that, every time one of those machines goes off, I worry that it's my pacemaker.
And we have a third one, I think.
And the third one, if you want to speak, please wait for the microphone to arrive so everyone can hear. Now, I like that one. That is in the language of a clear request, but we don't know whether it's a request or not, or a demand. See, it could be a demand.
Liz, is this a demand?
But you see, Liz, it depends on the experience people have had with you in the past of how you treated them if they didn't do what you wanted. So to whatever degree in the past, if you made a request like this and people didn't do it, they had experienced any punishment from you, they'll hear this as a demand, you see.
Thank you very much. Maybe we change the 4 p.m. announcements Saturday. We can put 4 p.m. requests for Saturday.
Yeah, request. But we're going to, that's very timely, because this is what I'd like to deal with now. We covered before the break one of the two main parts of honesty in nonviolent communication: how to say what's alive in us without using any words that criticize, blame, diagnose. So we saw how to do that. Now notice, this didn't require us to be nice. Quite the opposite. It required us to be more honest, more clear about really how life would be better for us if things were changed. We didn't make any criticism, so we made a clear observation, our feelings, and the needs that weren't met. Now we're going to add to that a fourth ingredient.
Ask a question about needs?
Sure.
No, feelings.